consciousness. So let us welcome him wholeheartedly by 3-time chanting Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you very much, Amogh Lila Prabhu. Once again.
Thank you, Amogh Krishna Prabhu. Thanks to all the devotees from ISKCON Calgary. I'm really fortunate to have darshan today morning of all of you. Thank you very much for inviting me. So I'll try to speak something for my purification. And I'm really honored. And the topic which is there under discussion is very, very vital for all the devotees. So shall I sing Jai Radha Madhav and then start, or shall we start straight away? What do you suggest?
Whatever you want.
Whatever you usually do.
We generally, in person, we generally do little Jai Radha Madhav. But yeah.
Okay, all right. Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jai Girivardhari, Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jai Girivardhari, Yashodanandan Braj Jana Ranjana, Yashodanandan Braj Jana Ranjana, Yamuna Tiravanachari, Jai Kunja Bihari, Yamuna Tiravanachari, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Supadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvaitam Savadhutam Parjana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitascha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Mushtavadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langai Tegirim Yatrivadam Hammande Shri Guru Diratarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram. Hare Krishna. So topic under discussion today is that what is the importance of morning program and chanting in devotees association. Morning program. Actually, morning program is the backbone of our Krishna consciousness movement. I have traveled to various other spiritual organizations as well, apart from ISKCON. And what really gives strength to ISKCON is we have got such a solid morning program. In fact, I have gone to other Gaudiya societies as well, but they don't have as such systematic and has to be attended morning program. So that's why we should see that it is the backbone of our society. In fact, once, Kripalu Maharaj is great saintly personality. He once came to ISKCON Mayapur. And when he came to ISKCON Mayapur, and they saw beautiful deities of Panchatattva, Radha Madhav, Ashtasakhi Vrinda, Lord Narsingadev. So such a beautiful setup, amazing setup. So he also came with his followers, and they were stunned seeing such a vast campus, such a devotional culture, and they were really touched. And the followers of Kripalu Maharaj, they asked Maharaj, Maharaj, these ISKCON people are so successful. Just see that this Mayapur campus is so amazing. In your opinion, what is the secret of their success? And then Kripalu Maharaj said, because they start their day with Guru Ashtakam. They glorify their spiritual master in Brahma Muhurat. And then they chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And again they worship their Guru Maharaj. And then they study Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the secret of success of ISKCON. So we see that it is so vital that even there are saintly personalities from other organizations, other institutions, they also see that the backbone of success is the morning program. So organizationally speaking, this is the strength. But organization is not made up of the stones and bricks and cement and iron beams and all that. No, it is made up of devotees. So those devotees who are attending morning program regularly, their vibrations is giving life to our Krishna consciousness movement. So morning program is it is a very foundation. It's a very foundation. It's a very backbone of our society. So each and every devotee must have morning program. Once somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, you emphasize so much on morning program. We should come for Mangala Aarti. You emphasize so much. But there should be some exception where somebody may not be able to come to Mangala Aarti. Is there any exception? Srila Prabhupada said, yes, there is only one exception where you need not come for Mangala Aarti. And that is when you are dead. That means in all situations, in all circumstances, we must come. He said, even if you are to drag yourself, you drag your body to come for Mangala Aarti, you must drag yourself. That means for some wishy-washy diseases, some light kind of diseases, we should not give an excuse. I'm sick. I'm so sick. How can I go for a morning program? I'm so sick, Well, body may or may not be sick, but the mind is really sick. That the person does not get up early in the morning and go for the morning program. Srila Prabhupada noted that there was one devotee, he was not coming for a morning program. And then Srila Prabhupada asked him, I can see that you are not coming for morning program. May I know the reason why are you not coming for morning program? He said, Srila Prabhupada, actually I am in Maya. That's why I am not able to come to morning program. And then Srila Prabhupada said, then bring Maya with you, but you must come for morning program. You tell Maya Devi, please sit backside of my bike. I got this Hayabusa bike, Kawasaki bike. Come Maya Devi, let's go together for morning program. But come for morning program. Don't give an excuse. I'm in Maya. Prabhu, I'm so much in Maya. So that's why I'll not come for morning program, because I'm in Maya. So do something about it, man. Not that we will say, I'm in Maya and I'll keep sleeping in the lap of Maya. So that's why Srila Prabhupada said that bring Maya with you, but you must come for a morning program. In my own personal experience, when I was working, so that those days where I would get up early in the morning, have my morning sadhana, and then go to office, I was far more Krishna conscious than those days when I did not get up out of my laziness. Then Amogh Lila Das, sleep, man. Today we'll get up a little late. Yes. And then I got up at 7 o'clock, took bath, chanted 1 or 2, 3 rounds, and then went to office. Those days were really heavy. And those days when somebody insulted me, those words could pierce my heart. and somebody's insulting words, uncivilized words, they really give so much pain. Like when we are working, then there are people who give us feedback. There are people who are doing backbiting. There are people who are politicizing against us. All of this happens in office. All this happens in any organization. And then we get affected by all of this. Why? Because in the morning, I had no solid morning program, no sadhana in the morning. And then those words, they pierce me. And then, oh, in the evening, I come back from office and then I do healing part. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Ah, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Oh, so now it is more of a repairing of the damage which we incurred in office or in our work field. So that's why it is best that in the morning, before getting onto the battlefield of life, we must wear the armor, a solid, unpierceable armor of our morning sadhana. So morning sadhana, of course, it is must for a brahmachari, but it is even more must for a grihastha, because a grihastha has to face material world even more than a brahmachari. Brahmachari, on as a whole, yeah, there's going to be devotees association. Even karmis, when they come, they tend to be more spiritual. Oh, Maharaj ji has come, Baba ji has come, Pandit ji has come, Prabhu ji has come, so they respect. But a grihastha has to see all the colors of the material world, and that to full-fledged one with all intensity. So that's why a person who is a grihastha, for that person, it's a must. It's a must to have that armor of morning program. Somebody asked His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, you are so successful as a guru, as a GVC, as a disciple. You are so successful. What is the secret of your success? And then Maharaj said, the secret of my success is one, uncompromising morning program. And second, I always avoid Vaishnav Aparadh. These two. And you see all the gurus in ISKCON, this is the secret of their success. Uncompromising morning program. Second, they always avoid Vaishnav Aparadh. Uncompromising morning program means they will come. Yes. When I served for some time as a personal servant to Gopal Krishna Maharaj, and then I could see that even he sleeps by 12, he would get up by 2. They would say, get my clothes ready. It's Mangal Aarti time. And then the secretary says, Maharaj, it is 2 o'clock only, Maharaj. Maharaj say, oh, it's only 2. Okay, then let me go and take rest. Again, he would go and take rest and get up at 2:30. Okay, get my clothes ready. So, Maharaj, it's only 2:30 now. Please take rest. And then Maharaj again would go and take rest. Again, he would get up at 3:30. Okay, now get my clothes ready. Maharaj, it's only 3. But he would get up again and again. That's the desperation he has to go and attend the morning program. He would go to the altar and worship the Lord, even though he has got Parkinson's. In Parkinson's, one cannot even lift a coffee cup, a mug of milk. But Maharaj would get up to worship even in Parkinson's disease, and that too not in primary stage. Parkinson's has reached advanced stage. Still, just to set up an example that I am getting up early in the morning, you should also get up early in the morning. And we see Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, even though his body is paralytic, so many days he would come. Doctors would insist, Maharaj, please do not go for morning program, please. But Maharaj would come for morning program. Wow. So that's why we cannot just give an excuse, well, my body is not healthy, this, that. They're quite possible, of course, body is very, very unhealthy, then one can take rest. Understood? You may get up a little late. You can get up by, say, even 5 o'clock because the body is not ready. Or maybe you sleep a little late. So that's why you're getting up a little late. But yes, we must have some morning program, and that to solid morning program, uncompromising. We should be on this particular aspect. Otherwise, the rest of the day, we would be very, very weak. And we see that anybody who has got a very good quality morning program, that person doesn't have to remember Krishna throughout the day. Krishna keeps ringing in the head as constant remembrance, effortlessly, just because in the morning I had such good quality morning program. It happens. Just like a boy goes on a date with a girl, and in the morning they had a date. Hey, baby. Hey, beautiful. Hey, gorgeous. And they had a date. Hey, handsome. Hey, good looking. Hey, charming. And they had a date in the morning. So throughout the day, even though the boy would go to office and he's working, but yet those memories are there. Her silky hair, her feeling shy, her saying, you naughty. He would remember all of those things throughout the day, even though he's working. He's working. But those remembrances are there at the back of the mind constantly. So he doesn't have to remember the girlfriend. The girlfriend is there in the remembrance because in the morning there was a dating with the holy name. Sorry, dating with the girlfriend. So similarly, when we date with the holy name in the morning, when we have good morning sadhana, so the rest of the day, we don't have to remember Krishna. Krishna is always there in our remembrance throughout the day, even though we are working. Yes, we are taking care of our family responsibilities or household responsibilities. Krishna is there. So morning program is so very vital. Sometimes devotees say, Prabhuji, when we come to temple, then we feel spiritual. But once we start going home, then it starts receding. So how to manage this? So His Holiness Loknath Maharaj was once mentioning, we should live life in a way that our temple should become our home. And our home should be like a temple. So if we can do that, we can have such a community thing that we all assemble together in our group home, our combined home, which is the temple. Come for the morning program. Once in a week at least, every Sunday, we should make sure that we should go for a morning program. When I was working outside, so then I make sure that every Sunday I must go for the morning program. And temple was 1 hour away from my home. So one evening before, I will go to the auto wala and I'll tell the auto wala, okay, tomorrow morning you have to come 3:30. Okay. So although during those days, the fare was 70 rupees. I said, I'll give you 150 rupees. I'll give you twice the amount. But be there 3:30. Sir, double amount. I'll be there. And then he would come by 3:30. I'll get up by 3 o'clock, get ready by 3:30. 3:30, I'll board auto rickshaw. And auto rickshaw from both the sides, the breeze in its most intense manner is entering. And then I would wrap myself in the blanket and then reach temple. I would do this austerity because I knew that now rest of the week I would become weak. The rest of the week I'll become weak because if I'm not charging myself with this morning program in devotees association, chanting japa with devotees, chanting Hare Krishna with devotees, doing Guru Puja with devotees, hearing Bhagavatam class with devotees, having prasadam with devotees, doing service with devotees, this very activity would charge me for an entire week. So I must do this at least once in a week, even though it is difficult. It is difficult. I have to prepare. Then I have to sleep. I have to sleep by 9:30, 10 o'clock, so that I can get up by 3 o'clock. So that then I catch auto rickshaw by 3:30, and then 1 hour journey, 4:30, I reach Mangal Aarti. And that used to give me so much strength when I was working outside. So this morning program is so very vital, especially for those who are working outside. They're taking care of their families. Otherwise we become weak. And once we start getting early in the morning, we complete our rounds in the morning itself. Otherwise, I've seen sometimes the japa gets dragged till late night, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Danya, with this kind of sadhana, will we go back to Godhead? Of course not. So we should take a good sleep, no doubt. In case you are sleeping by 12, get up by 5:30, 6 o'clock, take good 6 hours of sleep, but try to sleep early. Many of the devotees, they are struggling with morning program, not because they are not getting up early in the morning. It is because they are not sleeping on time. That's the challenge. I'm not sleeping by 9:30, 10 o'clock. That's the reason. 10 o'clock, we see, well, it's just 10 o'clock. Yeah, I can watch a movie on Netflix, 2 hours movie I can watch, and then 12 o'clock I'll sleep. Yeah. Okay, then my dear, then you cannot get up early in the morning. Yes. And Srila Prabhupada used to say, in case somebody is not getting up early in the morning, that means he is not serious in bhakti. If somebody is not getting up early in the morning, that means he is not serious in bhakti. So we must get up early in the morning, and for that we have to sleep on time. When we sleep on time, then we get up on time. You sleep by 10, get up by 4, 6 hours of good quality sleep. And then 4 o'clock till 7 o'clock, you are done with your morning program. 3 hours morning program, you are done. You can have some deity worship, 15, 20 minutes, not more. Primarily, we should focus on chanting Hare Krishna. That is what we should be doing. And if possible, 15, 20 minutes of reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita in the morning, and then leave for our responsibilities. Morning program. And in the morning, when we chant our 16 rounds in single sitting, that's very vital. One devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, what will please you the most? And then Srila Prabhupada said, if you chant your 16 rounds in single sitting, that will please me the most. Very nice answer. Vital answer. Powerful answer. And very practical. What will please Srila Prabhupada the most? If we complete our 16 rounds in single sitting, that will please Srila Prabhupada the most. That means even preaching and other things, of course, they are very important. But before that comes my morning program. In case when we become regular devotees and newcomers are coming, and when they see us that we are not getting up in the morning, we are not doing our morning sadhana, then we see our exchanges also become more on social platform than on spiritual platform. But we want exchanges to be on spiritual platform, not on social platform. But we see in many of the temples, devotees, they socialize so much, but they hardly spiritualize. Why? Because they don't have more solid morning program. When we have solid morning program, then we have some spiritual exchanges. Otherwise, we discuss, hey, nice dhoti. This is cotton? No, it is jute. Ah, nice. This nice gopi dress. From where did you get this? I got from Myntra. Ah, nice. And this gopi dress, I got from Amazon. Ah, we socialize, but hardly spiritualize because we are not getting up early in the morning. So, but more than that, than getting up in the morning is to sleep on time. So sometimes we see that in family members, they are talking and we have to honor them. So we have to socialize with them. And then we sleep little late. And because we sleep little late, so we also get up little late. And then morning program it gets compromised. So that's why at home, we have to create this image of ours that I sleep on time. So 9:30, you should start yawning. In case somebody is talking at your home and this person is not a devotee, you just start yawning. Acha, oh, I see. Oh, yeah. 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 Dozing off. Yeah. What did he say? Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. As you start doing this, other person would say, excuse me, sir, please go and take rest. Please. You go. Yes. So you have to create this image at home. I sleep by 10. Yes. So just like we have alarm for getting up early in the morning, we should also have alarm for sleeping. So in case you want to sleep by 10, have alarm by 9:30. Start closing all the folders, save all files and folders on your laptop. Okay, file done. See you tomorrow. Let's meet tomorrow. Let's do this tomorrow. Okay, everyone. Okay, good night. This, that. So you take half an hour to close all the folders, whether electronic folders or physical folders, relationship folders. Fold. Okay, now fold them down. Yes. Close them down. And then 10 o'clock, sleep. And then a good quality 6 hours of sleep. Get up by 4 o'clock. Perfect. So we start doing this. This is really fantastic. I know some other devotees in our community. They do this. Those who are not able to come to temple, during weekdays, I'm saying. Weekends, they come to temple. Weekdays, what they do, the devotees who are staying nearby each other, they assemble at one home. They decide this home, okay, we would come together and chant Hare Krishna. And they have Tulsi Maharani in the center, and they all sit around Tulsi Maharani, and then they chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And in case somebody is sleeping, Hari Bol, the person can be woken up. Sometimes I've seen that those who are sleeping and somebody wakes them up and then they feel hurt. Why? What happened? I saw you that you were sleeping. I'm not. I was in samadhi. Sometimes I go into this samadhi and our ego feels hurt that how can somebody wake me up? We should say thank you to the other person who is waking us up instead of feeling bad. And how can you wake me up? I was not sleeping. I was in samadhi. Sometimes I get into this deep meditation, cutie pie. Sleeping is clearly visible that yes, you are sleeping. So we should say thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much. And continue to chant. That's very important. Sometimes devotees feel sleepy in the morning because they are empty stomach. So that's why they feel sleepy. Or they are not taking sufficient rest. They feel sleepy. Sometimes because of lack of vitamins in the body, they also feel sleepy. Lack of water intake is also one of the reasons for feeling sleepy. And of course, ultimately, we don't have Name Ruchi. That's why we feel sleepy. That's the ultimate reason. But yes, we must have a solid, uncompromising morning program. And then we see our preaching will have more potency. So that's why it is very important that we come out of our comfort zone, especially like during winters, devotees are not able to get up. Winters is the testing time for our bhakti. People may say, I have got Radha Bhav, I have got Radha Kavisham, Meera Kavisham, I am such a devotee, I'm full of emotions. But such people are not getting up in the morning. They are attached to their comfort zones. So we are to quit our comfort zone. Even if it requires a help from other devotee, we should do that. We must do that. So sleeping on time, we should report it. Getting up on time, we should do that. When I was working in USA and I came back from USA back to India, so my biological clock now it got turned around. So that's why during the daytime I would feel sleepy. During nighttime I was awake, and this thing was not getting upset now. So how to set it up? So I took help of one devotee. I said, Prabhu, you are to give me a call at 5 o'clock, and not just give me a call. You have to wake me up and then make me read any cantos, any chapters, any verse with word meaning, translation, purport. Any 5. It will take around 10-15 minutes, but it is worth. I'll give the phone bill of yours for this entire month. Please can you do this? So I took help of one of my friend, devotee friend, and then he used to give me a call, and then gradually that thing got settled. So sometimes we need help of somebody so that we can come out of comfort zone. Yes. So like in our temple, I made this rule. In case somebody doesn't come for morning program, so if somebody is not getting up in the morning, so I go and massage the feet of that devotee. I wash the feet of that devotee, and then I take this Charnamrit and I say, I'll drink it, Prabhu. And then I'll also do massage. I'll massage your lotus feet because you're so divine that you are gone beyond morning program. So that's why get ready for massage, and your Charnamrit, I will drink your Charnamrit. Prabhuji, please. Please, Amogh Lila Prabhu, aisa mat karna. Please don't do that. Then no. Since you are not getting up in the morning, I will do that. Tomorrow morning, I'll come, I'll wash your feet, I'll drink that water because you are such a powerful devotee that you do not need morning program. So I must do that. And I'll also massage your feet. So as soon as I touch their feet, and then they jump from their bed, Prabhuji, please don't do that. Okay, thank you very much. Now go to bathroom, take bath. So sometimes we need help of other devotees as well. I have taken help of some other devotees. Sometimes in my ashram also. Yes, we are to push each other. Srila Prabhupada used to say, ours is a pushing movement. The acharyas are pushing me, I'm pushing all of you. So we should push each other towards Krishna. We should do that. Otherwise, we would remain settled in our comfort zone. Comfort zone is like a quicksand. Sometimes we are stuck in a quicksand. And the only way to come out of quicksand is that somebody who is outside quicksand throws a rope, we catch hold onto the rope, and then we are pulled outside from the quicksand. Otherwise, in that marshy quicksand, we would sink. So similarly, sometimes we are sinking into the quicksand of comfort zone. So we need help. Somebody outside can throw the rope of hope, mercy, blessings, We should catch hold onto that rope so that we can be taken out of this quicksand of comfort zone. We have to quit. You see, those who are people who are in Satyuga, they used to do austerity for 60,000 years so that they can get Lord Narayan. And we Kali Yuga people, what to speak of 60,000 years? We are not even able to give 60 years to Krishna. And if somebody asks you, Prabhu, we will take you to Narayan Dham, we will take you to Vaikuntha, would you come? No, I'll not go to Vaikuntha. I'll go to Golok Vrindavan. Oy. Those who do 60,000 years of austerity, they go to Vaikuntha. And you are sinking in your comfort zone and you want to go to Golok Vrindavan, which is even above Vaikuntha. But how is it possible? It's a joke. It's a joke we are doing with our own selves when we are not doing any austerity at all. So we are to bring that quality of 60,000 years of austerity of Satyuga into 60 years of austerity in Kali Yuga. We have to do that. So it has to be not just morning sadhana, it has to be good quality morning sadhana, uncompromising morning sadhana. When we live with that resolve, then there is success. Otherwise, we can live our life, we'll neither get Krishna nor Maya. Maya Milina Ram. Neither this side nor that side. We are stuck in between. So since we have come to bhakti, so we have to make all endeavors so that we can be successful in our Krishna consciousness. And very importantly, which is apart from morning program, once those who are doing good quality morning program, and when they take responsibility in terms of preaching Krishna consciousness, preaching, Srila Prabhupada used to say, is the fastest way of self-realization. I repeat, preaching is the fastest way of self-realization. Like in Catholics, they say, if you're not preaching, you're not Catholic. We should also have the same tagline. If I'm not preaching, I'm not a Gaudiya Vaishnava. I'm not. We should be preaching, extensively preaching. Once somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, what is more important? Going back home, back to Godhead, or preaching Krishna consciousness? Srila Prabhupada said, well, the one who is preaching is already back to Godhead. Preaching is that very important. Especially all of you who are staying in Calgary, Canada, or those who are staying in surrounding temples. Canada is a very, very vital place. Of course, there are many Indians already, so we should give them Krishna consciousness. We should also give Krishna consciousness to Canadian people. Canadian people are generally very warm. All the weather is cold, but people are warm. So we should take this advantage and we should make these Canadian people Krishna conscious. I see that mode of passion is, of course, there in Canada as well as in America. It's there. But Canadian people are a little less passionate in comparison to America. So that's why they are very good candidates. So we must go out and preach this Krishna consciousness. And when we do this, that means when we are explaining somebody Krishna consciousness, when we defend Krishna, when we explain Krishna, when we give Krishna, we get Krishna. So that's why we must engage in some preaching activities. We should go to universities. We must. We should not think, well, these Canadian people, whether they may not take because they're Christians, so they may not take. No, they will take. Why not? Actually, this material world is nothing but it's a battlefield of convictions. Anybody who has got higher conviction would consume the conviction of the weaker one. Survival of the fittest. It fits here, not in Charles Darwin's theory. Survival of the fittest. Who is having more conviction? Like Srila Prabhupada, when he came to America, he had conviction in Krishna. Americans had conviction in sense gratification. But Srila Prabhupada's conviction was more. And Srila Prabhupada's conviction consumed their conviction and made them also Krishna conscious. So when we are convinced, then we can convince. So convinced people, convince people. Convinced people, convince people. So we should ask ourselves, am I convinced? If not, convince yourself. Even if it takes a couple of years, that's okay. But going out also at the same time, so doing some activity in terms of preaching. If not direct preaching, assisting in preaching. That's also perfectly fine. In case you are cooking also while doing for preaching programs, perfectly fine. You design pamphlets, perfectly. You design posters with quotations of Srila Prabhupada, perfect. You design some seminar, Like this very nice book by Jayadvaita Maharaj, Vanity Karma. And it explains that how those questions which are unanswered in Bible are answered in Bhagavad Gita. So somebody can study it thoroughly, make a nice presentation, and upload it on YouTube. Why not? So this way we have to devise ways how we can actually connect the souls to the family of Krishna. And when we do this, we will become Krishna conscious. More we take responsibility, then more we are free from the desire for sense gratification. More we absorb ourselves in Krishna, we naturally unabsorb ourselves from the material world. So in this way, we ourselves get so much benefited by doing preaching. So like nowadays, people are not reading much. Of course, in Canada and America, people read, but in India, nobody reads nowadays. So we are to bring books in a way that people can digest. We can make audio books. Like when I go to various audiobook platforms, over there are books, all Karmi books are there in audio format. But our Srila Prabhupada's books are not there in audio format. So devotee can read with clarity, record it, clear all the noise, put some light background music, upload it as an audio book. Why not? So that somebody can hear the book. So this way we can do some service for humanity. So we are to devise various ways and means for preaching. All right, I'll stop here now. If anybody has any question, we can take few questions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for wonderful. Devotee say anybody? Yeah, Paras Prabhu, please go ahead.
Okay, Paras Prabhu, yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have a question like different from this topic. Can I ask?
Sure, please go ahead.
Like Prabhuji, when we go to temple or when we do devotional service, we get attached to Krishna, and we see in the world like it is happening to Sanatan Dharma that people are insulting, and we get angry. We only get angry because we are attached and we love that. We love our object of devotion. So we get angry. In what way we can channelize that anger so that we can pacify ourselves and do good things?
See, when somebody criticizes us, basically he's giving us an opportunity to glorify the Lord. He said that, okay, I presented the wrong concept. You please present the concept. So we should be very thankful to all those who are criticizers. By their criticism, when we reply, by posting a message on YouTube, when you do that, then we are explaining Tattva. We are explaining Tattva in more detail. That somebody criticized us, now here is our reply. And through that reply, we explain. Like recently, there is one Hindi speaker here, a spiritualist, his name is Acharya Prashant. And he said something stupid about Krishna, Krishna being formless and Krishna being an ordinary child. Mantras don't have any potency. So we took the advantage of this allegation that mantras have potency. We explained about Nam Tattva. Krishna having divine form, we explained that. So all those who are criticizing us, we are thankful to them. They are giving us a chance to glorify the Lord. Thank you. So that's why we should not be afraid of them. Somewhere they are taking us seriously. Like when this movie came, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. So at that time, so Srila Prabhupada's disciples, they came to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, there are people who are making fun of us. They are saying, we take marijuana, LSD, but we are following just pure principles of bhakti. Srila Prabhupada said, publicity, positive publicity or negative publicity? Publicity is publicity. So through this Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, dam maro dam, mit jai gam, bolo subah sham, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Dam maro dam ka dam nikal jayega, Hare Krishna reh jayega. So dam maro dam will go away, Hare Krishna will stay. And today, who says dam maro dam? Today, nobody says Hare dam maro dam. Everyone says Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. That's it. So those who are criticizing, somewhere they are making us more popular. Those who are criticizing, so they are taking us so seriously that we are disturbing them. That's so nice. Srila Prabhupada said, in case people are disturbed by your preaching, especially those who are antagonistic, agnostic people, that means our preaching has potency. So people are criticizing, that means somewhere we are touching them. Yes. Like in Hindi, there is one saying, Hathi nikla bazar, kutte bhauke hazar. So when elephant, a royal elephant, when he goes, so dogs, they bark. So somebody asked the dogs, why are you barking? Has the elephant done some harm to you? So they said, no. Then why are you barking? So dog said, actually, we don't have any problem with the elephant. Actually, we see that, other people, they respect elephants so much. We don't like this. We feel envious. So that's why we are barking. So the person said, okay, then you bark from front side. Why are you barking from back side? They said, actually, we don't have this much courage also to bark from front side. So that's why we are barking from back side. So there are people who bark like dogs, but Prabhupada used to say, karma must go on. Dogs will keep on barking, but karma must go on. And our karma is chanting Hare Krishna. So we keep doing that. And those who criticize, we reply in a very humble, respectful way, in a very detailed way. So thank you very much for giving us a chance to preach by your criticism. Thank you. That's the attitude we should have. Okay. All right. Next we have Sumitra Madhvi Mataji and Samaira.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. I always heard your lectures and they inspired me so much. I wanted to ask you, Prabhuji, how to maintain your study life and your spiritual life, like a perfect balance. I do my rounds in the evening because I don't get enough time in the morning. I want to start doing my 16 rounds, but there's so much hard work and pressure with studies. Please give me some advice how to progress in her Krishna consciousness.
Okay. By what time your school starts and by what time do you get up?
I get up at 6 o'clock and my school starts at 8:10.
Okay. And how much time does it take to travel to your school?
6 minutes.
6 minutes. That's it.
Yeah.
Get up by 6 o'clock. So how much time do you take to get ready?
About an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
You do a lot of makeup before going to school?
Not really.
Well, you should try to get up a little early if possible. For that, you have to sleep on time. In case you chant your rounds early in the morning, and rest of the day, you will see that you are more efficient in studies. You spend good quality time in chanting Hare Krishna in the morning. Like in my experience, I used to get up by 5 o'clock, chant my rounds, catch bus to my college, be in the college, do my studies, stay in college, even in library, doing some extra studies, my course books. While being in the bus, I would read some spiritual books. While coming back, I would listen in Walkman some lecture. And once I reach home, then I am there with my parents. I help my mom. I serve my father, spend good time with my sisters. Before going to bed, I read Krishna book, Pastimes of Lord Krishna. By following this format, I scored 89% in my graduation. So if you do this, so this will be helpful to you as well. So getting up early in the morning, chanting your rounds, so the rest of the day, now you are free to do your stuff. In the evening, it's a drag. In the evening, we are tired and so many things are already there in our consciousness and they keep coming while chanting. And more you chant attentively, you take lesser time to chant. More you chant inattentively, it takes longer time to chant. You take 10 minutes, 11 minutes to chant your single round. In the morning time, the consciousness is clearer comparatively. So we chant attentive rounds. So it takes 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes to chant one round. And then this way you can chant your rounds in 1.5 hours, 16 rounds done, 1.5 hours. Yes. So if maybe you get up by say around 5 o'clock, by 7 o'clock you are done. 7 to 8, 1 hour you take to get ready. And then 8 o'clock you go and reach your school. So for that you have to bring discipline in sleeping on time. So that you get up on time, chant your rounds in the morning itself. Because best part of our life, the best part of the day should be done first. And that is chanting the holy name. So you do that in the morning. So that will be very helpful to you. In the evening, you can go for a walk. In the evening, you can play around. Don't play here on gadget. Play, that means go on, move your body. Yes. So that you have a healthy body as well. So if you follow this, that will be helpful to you. And once in a week, every Sunday morning, go for Mangal Aarti to your local ISKCON Calgary temple along with your parents. Yeah. Okay. All the best. Okay. Now we have Girivardhari Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for inspiring us. We love listening to your lectures on YouTube, and it's really great for us for our spiritual growth. One question I had in terms of morning programs, if you are not close by to a temple, and you also don't have association of other devotees, how does one encourage for yourself to do the morning programs?
Okay, then you can have sadhu sangha. Like some of the devotees, they come on Zoom, and they are. It is compulsory that their video should be on, and they come and chant Hare Krishna on Zoom. They can see each other, and they chant together. They read together. They do all those things together on Zoom. So in case if personally we are not able to have association, then we use technology for association. So even they can be 4 devotees, 5 devotees, 6 devotees, small group. It's okay. So getting up in the morning, that's very important. So somewhere we have to get together. When we are alone, then we are weak. When we are together, then we are strong. So through way also we can come together.
Okay.
I know some of the Matajis, householder Matajis, they are doing their household chores very regularly. They, after feeding everyone by 10 o'clock, 10 p.m., they log in on Zoom and they study Bhagavatam together till 10:30. Every day, half an hour study of Bhagavatam. Some of the groups, they have reached 6th canto, some 9th canto, 3rd canto, 7th canto, just by half an hour of reading coming on Zoom together. They are homemakers, householders.
Right.
Regularly every day coming in this way, they are doing it. So we should also do. Why not?
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Welcome. Okay, now we have Chaitanya Gautam from Edmonton.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
I came into Krishna consciousness because of you. So please, thank you so much for your kind mercy. In lockdown time, I came, I listened to your lectures, and then my first thing I did was I fasted on Narsimha Chaturdashi. And then after that, Lord's mercy happened and your mercy happened, that now my whole family is Krishna conscious and we serve Gauranitai deities now.
Nice.
So Prabhu, my question is, Prabhuji, we do morning program, but sometimes the enthusiasm is not there. Sometimes I say, like you were just saying about like the sleeping and going down, that happens to me. And my Mataji comes back to the side and then hits me like, why are you sleeping? But that enthusiasm, if it's there some days, then I do chanting, attentively some days, but then some days that enthusiasm is not there. So how can we keep it continuous?
Okay. Now see, somebody asked Srila Prabhupada how to be enthusiastic. And Srila Prabhupada said, well, just be enthusiastic. So what he's saying, that when you act enthusiastically, you become enthusiastic. Like one devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, when you enter the room, everyone pays you obeisances. But I don't feel like paying obeisances. So what should I do? Because I don't feel like paying obeisances. Srila Prabhupada said, still you should pay obeisances. When you keep on paying obeisances, gradually you also get the feel. So sometimes externally, when we keep doing it, it impacts the mind. Just like a police wala. If a police officer is wearing very casual clothes, he doesn't feel that he's a police officer. But in case he's wearing a uniform, he say, oh, well, I'm a police officer. So externals impact internals. So in case if I'm not feeling enthusiastic, so then act enthusiastically. By acting enthusiastically, gradually the mind also becomes enthusiastic. So this way we can be enthusiastic. We should also associate it with enthusiastic devotees. That's also very important. We should also bring prayers in our daily life, especially songs of Vaishnavacharyas. These songs have got inherent potency in them to transform the template of mind in a way that our consciousness becomes rightly aligned towards Krishna. So these prayers are also very good. So you learn some of these songs of Vaishnavacharyas, classy, super duper classy.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, next we have Poonam Saraut.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
प्रणाम, हरे कृष्णा।
ये आपके बहुत बड़े फैन हैं आन्या एंड वामन। ये आप हरे कृष्ण बोलना चाहते हैं, आपकी ब्लेसिंग्स चाहते हैं।
Okay, bless you.
Thank you.
Stay blessed.
मुझे आपका लेक्चर बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं। हम बच्चे भी सुनते हैं तो लाइक today were they are really excited. उन्होंने आपको देखा ना उस पे Zoom पे, तो बोल रहे हैं कि ये यहीं पे है, कैलिगरी में है। मैंने कहा नहीं, इधर तो नहीं है, but hopefully future में आप जरूर आना इधर।
फ्यूचर में कभी आएंगे।
Thank you बोलो।
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Thank you प्रभु जी, हरे कृष्णा, दंड प्रणाम।
So now next we have Adi Rupa Gaur Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for giving very enthusiastic lecture, especially about the morning program and importance behind it. So, मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है कि आपने टच करा था कि टेंपल में आके डीलिंग्स सोशल की बजाय स्पिरिचुअल होनी चाहिए, तो आप प्लीज थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन करेंगे एग्जांपल्स के साथ कि कोई कुछ समटाइम्स कुछ डिवोटीज को लगता है कि उनके साथ टाइम स्पेंड नहीं हुआ अच्छे से।
Yeah.
So,
No, when we come to temples, of course, we do socialize as well. We should ask about each other's well-being. We should do that. And that is, we should help each other. But sometimes devotees are only socializing and they're not spiritualizing at all. I remember when, especially since this social media thing has come up, so devotees not doing reading and hearing. Because they're not doing reading and hearing, so there is no substance to share. And because there's no substance to share, so we discuss even about clothes. How are you? How are you, Prabhuji? How are you, Mataji? I'm fine, thank you. And that's it. So socializing is good, but that's not sufficient. We come to spiritualize as well. So we should sometimes just come together and read Srila Prabhupada's books together. We should churn into Srila Prabhupada's books. We should discuss whatever we have studied. We should share our realizations. We should come with our copy and pen. Come and share. I remember when I was working during those days, the devotee used to do that. And every Sunday when I will go to temple, we would spend 3-4 hours of discussions, heavy duty brainstorming onto the words of Srila Prabhupada, his purports. And that used to be so nourishing, so nourishing. It would clear the concepts. We would really dissect concepts, and within the concepts and nested concepts and super nested concepts that used to clarify things so beautifully. So all of us would wait for Sunday, that we would come to meet on Sunday and we would churn in the philosophy. And that's very nourishing and very empowering. And that gives so much strength to our intellect. It makes our intellect more and more spiritualized. So somewhere we are to make sure that we come to temple and we spiritualize. We can choose a book. Say, for example, say Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. It's a very philosophical book. And we come together and we discuss each and every sentence of Srila Prabhupada. We should do that. And more we do that, in coming times, future, we'll see that the discussions are becoming even more and more condensed. Wow. More and more esoteric. So that's the purpose of coming to temple. In case you're not able to come to temple during weekdays, then you assemble in somebody's home. Okay, lunch at my place, guys. We'll discuss philosophy for 1 or 2 hours and maybe we'll have lunch together. Yay, Hari Bol. Why not? We should do all of these things. And then we would feel more spiritual in devotees association. Otherwise, we are just social. और बच्चों का admission हो गया? कहाँ हो गया है? अच्छा. In which class you are in now? Okay, nice. This sari you got from India? Nice. That's it. So we can have some social exchanges, but primarily we should have spiritual exchanges.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, okay. Now we have Atmaram Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for your association. I'd like to thank you for coming over. I know your time is very important. I'd like to personally invite you to come to Calgary next time you come to North America, Prabhu. I did come to your temple last month. I tried to meet you I think I came 3 times, but you were so busy, we couldn't associate. Thank you, Prabhu. So please do keep us in mind next time when you come on this side. Please do come and visit us.
Thank you, Atmaram Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So we now have Aruna Chitra Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yeah, Dhanush to you.
Actually, I wanted to ask about the pushing thing, that we have to push devotees and devotees should push us, right?
Yes.
It's mutual.
Yes.
But I have also seen sometimes, and maybe I'm wrong, that when we are pushing devotees, sometimes they get offended too, and then it's Vaishnava Aparadh, right? So how do we create a balance ki Vaishnav aparadh bhi nahi ho and then we are pushing them to.
Pushing is not Vaishnava Aparadh, firstly. It is if somebody's ego is getting hurt, so that's that person's problem. We are selflessly out of the way, spending our energy and our time to push you towards Krishna, taking you out of comfort zone, and we get Vaishnava Aparadh. How come? By what logic? So, of course, that person is getting hurt because that person is having ego, but not that there is any offense on your part. So we can say, well, my duty was to help you out in case you're feeling bad. All right, I'll pray for you, but you should not feel bad because it is not you who is feeling bad. It is your ego which is feeling bad. I know this will also hurt your ego even more, but I'm saying the truth. Pray for you. Hare Krishna. Tell that person. Yes. Otherwise, somebody is sinking into the whirlpool of false ego, and you would see the person go into seeing him fall down into the whirlpool of false ego. Yeah, keep sinking. Bye bye. Happy to see you fall down. Will you do that? Of course not. So we should help the person in a mild way, or somebody else whom this person can listen to. Take the help of that person. That okay, you can't take from me because I'm junior, or maybe you have not given me that adhikar, that right or privilege to push you. Then okay, then that person whom you accept in your life in a way that this person can push you and you accept it, please. But we should help each other. We must do that. Okay, Mona Lisa, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have two questions. The first is that like at home I have a small kid, but my husband is not so much into bhakti and group going to the temple and into this. Okay, so it becomes a bit difficult for me, and I don't get so much of support from him at home. And out here we are just three, so it going to the Sunday gatherings, I feel very nice. So I just want to how can I really want to be a part of this, and I stay very close to the temple, but I just, because I have a small kid, I cannot go as frequent as I want. So
Okay.
how do I solve this?
Well, you can invite some of the devotees at home. So some Prabhuji and Mataji, husband and wife, they can come, and the husband can make some friendship with your husband, and then gradually, softly, warmly, lovingly, affectionately pull him towards Krishna. That's one thing. Also, husband expects from wife that wife should not stop supplying the sources of sense gratification. So whatever way the husband demands for some kind of sense gratification, feed him nice food, take care of him, pamper him. So that kind of thing is also good. In this way, at least the husband becomes neutral. If not favorable, at least the person becomes neutral. And then more and more devotees, as they come to your place, and then they have friendship with the husband, they push him, but mildly. So they have other talks, plus little Krishna conscious talks. In this way, the husband can be brought into Krishna consciousness. So, and pray to Krishna. Krishna will help you. And give your husband nice prasadam. Pray to Krishna. Krishna, please put such potency in this prasad that it changes the software of my husband. Currently, there are so many viruses in the head of my husband. All the viruses are removed by your prasad, Krishna. So please put that potency in this prasadam. So
sure, Prabhuji, we'll do like that. And my second question is I was just thinking over during Mahashivratri, the talk that we had in the temple, and I was wondering, when Pandavas had Krishna all this time, and he was guiding them throughout Mahabharata, then why did they have to go all the way to Kedarnath for their prayashchit?
Actually, they did not go for prayashchit. The Pandavas, what prayashchit? Those who are living with Krishna face to face, they are having loving exchanges with Krishna. What kind of prayashchit? So there is no prayashchit for them. But to set up an example that the Kshatriyas should also go for Vanaprastha life. That means they should also take to a life of renunciation. Just to set up that example, they did that. Otherwise, they are eternal associates of Lord Shri Krishna. Whenever Krishna would come and do Leela in the material world, they are there with Krishna. So that's why there is no prayashchit for the Pandavas. It's just Leela. Just part of Leela to set up example for the rest of the world.
Okay, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you.
All right. Now we have Adhish Prasai.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandar Pranam. First off, I'm very happy to talk to you like this. So Prabhuji, I consider myself a baby in Krishna consciousness. I'm pretty new to this moment. So I'm just starting off. So whenever I watch your videos or videos of other saintly people, I see that everyone says you have to remember Krishna all the time. But my thing is, I can only remember Krishna when either I'm free or I'm in a very joyous mood. How do I remember Krishna all the time? Can you please enlighten?
Yes. Did you join a little late in the class?
No, Prabhuji. My camera was off.
Acha, but you were there right from very beginning?
I think so, yes.
Okay. All right. You think so? See, I shared one thing in the class was that I gave the example of girlfriend and boyfriend. Did you hear that example? No. I gave you the example that just like in the morning, if I go on a date with a girl and I spend such good quality time with my girlfriend, her shyness, her sweet words, her gestures. So throughout the day, I have to remember my girlfriend, but she keeps coming to my remembrance again and again because in the morning I spend good quality time with her. She was there, I was there, she was there, and nobody else. Similarly, when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra in the morning, good quality rounds, attentive rounds with absorption. Rest of the day, I don't have to remember Krishna. Krishna would remain in my remembrance because of my morning rendezvous with the holy name.
Yes,
right?
Prabhuji. And mostly in times of pressure, like when I have a stressful thing going on in my job or something's not working out in times like that, how do I remember Krishna?
Yes. Yeah, during those days, you can sing Hare Krishna, or during those days, you can just listen to some discourse. Right? One person, he's from BJP in government here in India, and sometimes the pressure is very high. So I met to meet him. He said, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, do you know what I do when I'm in stress? Because sometimes, government thing and politics and all that, it becomes very messy. He said, I listen to Hare Krishna Mahamantra Kirtan from some ISKCON devotee. And his favorite Kirtaniya is Loknath Swami Maharaj. He listens to Loknath Swami Maharaj Kirtan and then he becomes free from stress and then he continues to work. So when you are not able to do any spiritual activity because you are feeling weak, hear the holy name. Or at least just sit in your vehicle, go to local ISKCON temple and just sit there in devotees association. And that association will take you forward.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Now we have Tomar Russo from Calgary. Or Tamar.
Russo काय येतोय? Question आपलंच येते.
Please, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, sorry, I don't know why my name is coming as Tamar Russo. My name is Atul Gokhale. So Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I don't know, there's some problem with my machine it seems. So Hare Krishna Dandavat Pranam. My question is like, I'm new devotee actually. So when we do the chanting in the morning, is it okay to listen to the Prabhupada's chanting on YouTube?
No.
And do it together? No? Okay.
No. When you are chanting, you should be listening to your chanting, not even Srila Prabhupada's chanting. Rest of 22 hours, you listen to Srila Prabhupada's chanting. But when you hear Srila Prabhupada's chanting in parallel and you are chanting, so you can't really focus. So when you are chanting, you should not listen to Srila Prabhupada's chanting. At that time, you should listen to your own chanting. Okay. Sometimes I see that devotees do this. In many temples, they do this. But that's not the right practice. That's not the way to do meditation. You should be listening to your chanting. The rest of 22 hours, you listen to Srila Prabhupada's chanting. Perfectly fine. But we should not listen in parallel. That will not bring focus. That will not bring absorption.
Okay. Dhanyavad.
Or in case you want to have Srila Prabhupada's chanting, but make it very, very, very mild so that you only hear the vibration. But not there in parallel, Srila Prabhupada saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And you are chanting in your... So you can't really focus on holy name. Your Hare is happening, there Krishna is happening. Your Rama is happening, and there Krishna is happening. So it would be very... Then you can't really listen to holy name the way we should be doing that. So that's why during chanting, we should not listen to Srila Prabhupada's chanting.
Okay, but when I'm like traveling through the public transport, right? I cannot chant.
Then you listen?
Then I can listen to it and then chant in my mind, right?
Yeah, when you are traveling, you listen. But when
Okay.
you are chanting, then you should not listen.
Dhanyavad, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Swati Mataji, yes, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for your association today. We are so fortunate to have you here. I just wanted to share my personal experience. At first, that when I came into Krishna consciousness, my colleague introduced me to your videos, and since then I have been watching your videos and I'm getting so much inspiration. Thank you so much for that. Today my question is, since you said that we can preach our things about Krishna to people here who are Canadians and North Americans, but sometimes I have personally experienced that when I have shared pastimes of Krishna, they think that this is kind of fairy tale. So they don't really believe in it and they just consider it as fairy tale. So how to answer that thing?
You know, if you teach calculus to a primary student, how can that person understand it? Not possible. First, we have to teach algebra, and then trigonometry, then advanced mathematics, then maybe calculus, complex numbers. If you straight away teach complex numbers or calculus, how will the child understand? So first, algebra. That means we have to teach basics of Krishna consciousness. You straight away take to the person to Krishna Lila. You know, Krishna had Lila. Krishna stole butter from the house of the gopis. Should we teach this to a newcomer? No. Of course not. Firstly, we have to tell them the importance of spirituality in everyday life. How does that it positively impacts them? We are not the body, we are soul. We should, and how we are soul, we are living in the body. We should technically, logically, sensibly, scripturally explain. You know, we can talk about reincarnation. And then we gradually, does God really exist or not? All of these things, why good things, why bad things happen to good people, these kind of stuff. Then one day, someday, Krishna Lila.
Okay.
If you straight away tell an American or Canadian guy, excuse me, let me tell you Krishna Lila. There is Yashoda Maya and there is Krishna. Krishna was bound by Mother Yashoda. And this person, well, this is all mythological text, baby.
Yeah.
You atheist? Nonsense? You sinner? Is that the way we should be doing preaching? Of course not.
No.
We should go gradually.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Ruchira Verma Mataji, yes.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, कैन यू हियर मी?
Yes.
प्रभु जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपकी वजह से आज मैं कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस में हूँ और मैं डेली 8 राउंड्स करती हूँ. पहले मैंने 1 राउंड भी नहीं कर पाती थी और आज की डेट में 8 राउंड्स स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो करती हूँ. लेकिन आपकी वीडियो के हिसाब से 16 माला भी सुबह हो जानी चाहिए और एक स्ट्रॉन्ग मंगल आरती प्रोग्राम जो पूरा ऑलमोस्ट 1 घंटे का है. तो सुबह मुझे किचन में जाके खाना बनाना है, लंच बनाना है. तो ये थोड़ा गृहस्थ के लिए थोड़ा सा टफ है. अभी जैसे मंदिर में है तो आप पूरी तरह से डिवोटेड हैं भगवान के लिए, लेकिन हम और भी लोगों के लिए डिवोटेड हैं. तो ये थोड़ा सा गृहस्थ माताओं के लिए मुश्किल है. और कई बार क्या होता है कि हम ऑफिस से आए, हमने खाना नहीं बनाया, हस्बैंड ने बनाया, हस्बैंड ने प्याज डाल दिया, तो वो प्रसादम वाली क्वालिफिकेशन भी 0 हो जाती है.
Yeah. So that's why either you get up early in the morning so that you can chant more number of, if not 16, at least 12, maybe 10, maybe 8. But more you do in the morning, that is best. But as soon as, for example, by 6:30, you have to be now and get the lunch ready, get the breakfast ready, getting children ready for the school, getting your husband ready for office. You do that. But what I'm saying is that more you bring morning program in the morning itself, more sadhana in the morning itself, that is best. As much as practically possible. But of course, we never ever say that you compromise in your daily duties. No, not at all. Like today also, like I had my class. Today this class is 7 a.m. Now my japa from 7 to 7:30 a.m. I did not do because I was supposed to come for the class. So I'll chant those 4 or 5 rounds later.
Okay.
So similarly, since you have got responsibilities, you chant your rounds a little later. So today I chanted my 12 rounds. I got 4 rounds left. I chant 4 rounds now maybe after breakfast. I'll do now. Nothing is done now, then I chant. So, so we recommend that we chant as many rounds as possible in the morning. But in case you have got some responsibilities at home, say even there can be a person whose office starts a little early. So person may not be able to chant 16 rounds in the morning itself, quite possible. But what we are saying, try to get up early in the morning and bring more and more chanting. If not 16, 12, 14, 11, 10, 9,
With
more and more
complete,
part.
sorry to interrupt you, with complete 1 hour program, morning program.
Yeah, 1 hour. 1 hour, in case you do 1 hour and then you are done, say for example, from 5 to 6, you do this. And then 6 o'clock onwards, and you take care of the family. You have to prepare lunch and breakfast and all that. You do that. That's perfectly okay.
Okay. And one more question, Prabhuji. Sorry, I'm just wasting a little more time than yours.
No.
It's about tolerance. So आप कहते हैं कि हर इंसान हमें हमारे पिछले कर्मों के हिसाब से मिला है. ऐसे ही नहीं वो हमारा बॉस बना, ऐसे ही नहीं वो हमारा पड़ोसी बना. इसका मतलब सब कुछ पीछे से बैकअप है, और जो हमारे आज अच्छा या बुरा हो रहा है उसका पीछे एक हिस्ट्री है.
Yes.
तो अगर कोई मुझे कोई कुछ गलत कहता है या कुछ कोई जैसे कोई लड़ाई हो जाती है सड़क पे, जैसे गाड़ियां आपस में एक दूसरे, तो हमें क्या टॉलरेट करना है कि अरे अरे तो हमारे तो पिछले जन्म के कर्म है, या क्योंकि नेचुरली इंसान को गुस्सा आता है या उसको रिवर्ट बैक करना चाहिए? तो ये क्या सारी टॉलरेंस कहानी सारी टॉलरेंस की है, हमें सब कुछ टॉलरेट करना क्योंकि सब कुछ हमारे पिछले जन्म के बुरे कर्म है, इसलिए वो हमें आज ऐसा कर रहा है या बोल रहा है? या
So in case by your retaliation something positive can happen, then you can retaliate. But in case retaliation is just going to be an expression of grudge and anger, and which is going to be destructive as well, and this is going to disturb your consciousness as well, this is going to spoil your mood as well, and you will also spill out this rest of the anger, the residue of that anger on somebody else as well, then I would say tolerate. Let's not spoil the other segments of our life just because of this particular incidence. So somebody shouted on me, if I also shout back, but then my consciousness becomes disturbed. My mind becomes disturbed. I become more agitated. And this agitation also spills into other sectors of life, other people's life as well. Then I should tolerate, knowing that maybe it is my karma. But in case your retaliation, it is going to help you or help the other person, then retaliate. Sometimes when children become very lazy, then parents are to become little assertive, if not aggressive, but assertive. Then we have to do that, because then something positive will happen. So we should see that where we are to retaliate, where we are not to retaliate, seeing what is going to be the outcome of our retaliation.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Manhar.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Balak.
I have a question. So when I do mala, I do 4 rounds. So when I do mala, I usually sometimes my mind says something. I revert it back to, like, instead of thinking of things, I try to bring it back and relate it to Krishna. So I think of Krishna Lila. So should I not think of Krishna Lila and just bring it back to like the Maha Mantra? Or is it fine if I think of like Krishna Lila in my Maha Mantra?
If Krishna Lila comes automatically on its own, effortlessly, that's okay. So let the Krishna Lila come, and yet you are in touch with the holy name. Not that now you go to Krishna Lila and you are now disconnected with the holy name. No, not like that. You are connected to the holy name, and the Lila is happening on its own. Then it's fine. But not that we deliberately we think of Lila. Now let me think of Lila. Now Krishna is coming with butter, and Krishna is coming. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Manhar, give me some mishri also. I want to eat makhan and mishri. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We don't do all of this stuff. But in case if it comes on its own by the mercy of holy name, fine. Yet we are in touch with the holy name. Is that okay?
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Now we have Rohit Singh.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Danvad Pranam. Prabhuji, my question is how to develop more devotion and attachment towards Krishna?
By associating with devotees of Krishna. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Koi, Labalab Matra mein Sadhu Sangha, confirmed Siddhi Hoy. Have you heard this verse?
Ji, Prabhuji.
Okay. So we are not to just love Matra Sadhu Sangha. We are to do Labalab Matra mein Sadhu Sangha. It means lots and lots of Sadhu Sangha. Then confirmed Siddhi Hoy. Then you get spiritual protection. All right.
Krishna, there are some questions in the chat if you have some few minutes.
Chat. Okay, chat window, we have got few questions.
So I can read for you, Prabhu.
Okay, yeah, okay, all right. Please go ahead.
So Priya Mataji is saying that Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I recently had a baby. I want to raise him as Krishna conscious child. Could you please suggest me some ways to do that?
Okay, you have to become a very good storyteller because children like stories and stories from scriptures. They are very helpful. And like usually for parents, I have this acronym PARENTS. P stands for protection from the glamour of Kali Yuga. A for association check. Child should not fall into bad association. R means respect as a culture. You have to teach the child respect as a culture. E, expectations being realistic with the child. Okay. N means narrating stories. T for tolerance. Not that in every incident we will beat the child. No. We should also tolerate. Children, they have their own nature. So we should tolerate. And then S for spiritual values. We should put spiritual values in the children. So this is PARENTS. Parents. Next question.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So the next question is Priya Mataji is only asking, I live in a town that does not have any temple. We live far away from Calgary to visit ISKCON temple. Is there any other way I could do my service and participate in other Krishna conscious service?
Yeah, so she can have e-Sangha. On Zoom, she can be part of some of the Sangha groups. There are many, there are groups in America as well as in Canada. Be part of those groups, have e-Sangha, have morning sadhana, and then start doing preaching after a few years so that you create Sangha in your town. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji. The next question is from Nimai. The mind is uncontrollable. How can we control it on focusing on chanting?
By loud chanting, clear chanting, morning chanting, having sattvic food, sitting straight with good posture, having prayerful attitude, humble attitude, take blessings from the devotees, read the glories of the holy name from different books like Japa Reform Notebook, Japa, and Nectarian Ocean of the Holy Name. So we should read the glories, attend some Japa retreat. If you do these 10 things, your Japa will improve.
Hare Krishna. So the next question is for a bunch. And I have question, how can I find a guru and how will I know that will be my guru?
Okay, firstly, we don't take guarantee of any gurus outside ISKCON, but we do take guarantee of gurus within ISKCON. So within ISKCON, you see that there are various gurus in ISKCON, and you listen from them. And anyone who inspires your bhakti the most, you should take diksha from that guru as well. So there can be many shiksha gurus, and among many shiksha gurus, one shiksha guru inspires me the most in bhakti would also become your diksha guru.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. That's it. Thank you once again from ISKCON Calgary, from all the devotees.
Hey,
we really thank you for your time and association. We hope we will have more association and one day maybe physical association also in ISKCON Calgary. Thank you. Let us all chant Haribol.
ISKCON Calgary Bhaktavrinda ki jai.
Amogh Lila Prabhu ji ki jai. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.